second. He's only in this game, taking the place of Pedro Pere, Ronnie Bodapere, Leo Gutara. Also in his first season for Seman Padang.
He's had a good game. Obviously, the assist now was excellent play, but overall he's caught the eye. Become very much the favoured position. Or it looks like he's going to have to go off. That rotating motion suggests that he's not able to continue. He's given the thumbs up though. Players always want to. Players that you like always want to carry on. I've never understood players who are quite happy to come off injured.
Well, Ronnie B is getting ready to come on in case he is needed. The player who started as left fullback in that opening game defeat against Tampines Rovers. I guess a couple of players have been left on the bench. Some regular starters like Ferdinand Sinaga, only because their opening match this weekend against Liga 1 takes place, and they are very mindful of as well. At the end of the day, the AFC Cup, all good and dandy, but winning your league, a lot more important, isn't it, Jamie?
It's the rice bowl, isn't it? This is just the delicacies go with it. Your main menu is the domestic league.
Yakubu Abubakar, can he get away with it? Oh, is that going to be a card? Referee lenient yet again. There he is. Ronnie B. Ronnie Beropre taking place of Leo Gutara.
Well, I think he's had a good game, and I think he'll be pretty pleased to come off after just over an hour on a little bit of a high. Doesn't look as if he's too badly injured. Ronnie V, despite the thinning hair, I think he's still only 27. Another of the new crowd. So many of these players only been with the club a matter of months, weeks even. So well done, Boyan, for pulling them together into a team.
Ronnie B really finding space to deliver that cross, and right at the end for Jakob, but it's well caught by the goalkeeper, TRC2, who had watched it all the way. Nanda Cho just keeping it alive down the line for Jawa. Used Nanda as a decoy. It's brave enough for the effort in the end. Pierre Cole couldn't find a target.
I'm quite happy with him taking the shot on, but he could have laid the ball off. Jawa was hoping to get it passed back to him again.
Giancarlo, yet again, he's antsy, isn't he? He just wants to get involved one way or another. Loads of space opening up for Bayu. More time than he thought that he did. Only one player to hit inside the penalty box, and that was Sayuri, Jakub Sayuri.
Centre forward Giancarlo still not in the picture here. Finally get to him almost on the halfway line.
Cole. Right, that's cheeky nutmeg by Hussein. Here is Tagoe. It's more familiar defensive midfield role, which he plays for his country, Kyrgyzstan. Tiazo. Jawa. Jersey is being tugged. A referee might call it back.
quick feet from Hussein there.
It's a clever touch as well from Osis Bayu.
Osas was exasperated with that misplaced pass. He'd done well initially and he'd made a good run. Wasn't that hard to find. Gatra, misplaced pass again.
Entiazo. It's a heavy touch almost. Take the ball all the way to Jakub Sayuri. Takoe asking for it, but Mintu decides to go outside to Yen Chan. Win. Back to Takoe from Yeko. Wai. Wai still in space. Worked it well enough. There's only one inside the box waiting for a delivery, which never came. Not enough elevation behind it from Win. Yet again, those two combined superbly. Oh, they found some space inside for the shots. Finally, one on target. Goalkeeper smothered easily. But at least it's on target for SHAN United.
Well, if PSM could have played that ball out of defence a bit more cautiously, there were 6 SHAN players left upfield.
Giancarlo. Osas. Both centre forwards deep. The furthest player forward was their right fullback. That's Nawi Baha.
That's the way football is played these days, Mark.
Because of that, he has abandoned his position for a while, but it's very well covered, you'd have to say, by Denny. Here goes the 35-year-old. Venture up front, which is halted painfully after a flying challenge by Yen Chan.
I think in the current refereeing climate, that's usually decided as a foul. I know Old Styley got the ball, but it's a dangerous challenge. Very heavy challenge. I think it's only only going to be a throw-in.
Well, there is a huge chasm between SHAN United and the rest of the sides in Southeast Asia. The rest of the club sides in Southeast Asia. It's there for all to see. They haven't been done any favors at all by being drawn in a very tough group. It's their fellow Myanmar side, Yangon. They drew 2-all against over the weekend. Had Lao Toyota to beat yesterday, facing the likes of Kaya, Tampines Rovers, and PSM Makassar. The difference in quality has been very. Stark, Jakub Sayuri, clever ball inside for Giancarlo. It's a poor touch from Giancarlo. It was almost as if his Stark, Jakub Sayuri, clever ball inside for Giancarlo. It's a poor touch from Giancarlo. It was almost as if his right boot was made of bricks then. Bounced off him. As if that trampoline for boots. Jamie Reeves still exasperated by that.
Well, you pray for positions like that. It was a nice pass. It was weighted correctly. You just needed a decent touch on the ball and get the shot away. If you miss the target, so be it. But a leaden-footed touch like that.
And a chalk. It's towards goal, and it had to be clawed out. It certainly was a chance. The referees brought it back. Was that for a foul? that might not have been given, but that certainly was a chance, and the goalkeeper, Miswa, had to produce a save.
Yeah, it was a decent save. I don't think there was any foul there. I think he's pulled it back because there was a head injury. The skipper, Risky Pelu there. He's had a good game for them. I like his work. He's enjoying himself. Well, that should be a drop ball, but I don't think it'll be contested by SHAN. There we go. Good sense prevails there.
Miswar Saputra finally called into action over the last 10 minutes. A couple of saves he's had to make. One a shot taken by Pierre Cole, which he got down well to it. He was comfortable with it. Jiang. Hello. It's a clever ball. Just carving open this defense easily yet again. Bayu has brought Jakub Sayuri back. We know that he can strike it. He's already struck one. This one flies over.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that. It wasn't tentative. He got it out from under his feet. Took the shot on. Okay, didn't hit the target this time, but at least he got a decent shot away. Had the potential to score. Good work down the left-hand side by Ugatra again.
Ball played in behind the defense for Nanda Chor. It's been drawn very wide. Strong enough defending in terms of the resistance. Yet again, no one inside the penalty box. Abu Bakr had to go back and go all the way back almost to their own half. A few win. Get caught. Couldn't get control of the ball. Osas has come away with it. Has got the length of the pitch to run it now. Osas trying to take on Yen Chan. Just enough Yen Chan it did. You could see his forearm coming across and almost elbowing his opponent then. But Osas only had eyes for goal, not to go down.
It was a nice positive run from Osas there, and I thought he could easily have won the free kick as he went forward. Two looks pretty exhausted there, as do most of the SHAN players.
18 minutes remaining. Doesn't look for very happy reading for SHAN United. Heading for their 12th loss in a row in this competition. In fact, prior to this, their last 4 games, they scored 1 and conceded 19. They're not careful. The concession portion might just rack up even more.
It's got to really hurt, isn't it, that record? Really, really hurt.
Osas coming to an end now, and Ferdinand Tanaga, before the start of this game, was actually PSM MAKASAR's top scorer. He really might have benched himself in this game, Ferdinand, to continue the goals that he's been scoring so frequently and so easily so far this season, given the captain's armband, perhaps for the final 15 minutes of this match. He would be one who is, would be one who is disappointed to be left out of this match, Jamie.
Yep.
Knowing the opponent.
He'd have wanted to play in this because he's a known quantity for the coach after coming from Kelantan. Second spell at this club.
Bayu, look at the right fullback as now he's gone all the way up, almost as a left winger asking for the ball now. Instead it goes all the way out to Roni. Pass which was hit rather tamely by Giancarlo, who is almost a defensive midfielder. Jakub Sayuri. Bayu just behind him, curls that one, almost finding Ferdinand, who got at the end of it. I couldn't find the back of the net.
That's a cracker of a ball. That really is. It's a lovely ball played in, and the substitute, stretching for all he's worth, goes with the correct foot, tries to play it with the instep, just couldn't keep it down. There we go. Half an hour into the first half, half an hour into the second half, it's the drinks break. Welcome relief for all players concerned.
So 15 minutes remaining, PSM MAKASAR 2-0 up against a SHAN United side. And just like it was in their first game, Jamie, against Kaya, SHAN United, you just don't fancy them to even score a goal. That's the problem that they've been facing. Organized enough, but somehow lack the cutting edge, that cut and thrust up front, don't they?
I think so, yes. It's they They do what they can with what they've got available, but what they've got available isn't quite good enough. They do what they can with what they've got available, but what they've got available to play in this competition at this level. You'd have to say that the League is one of the weakest in Southeast Asia, and consequently you're not surprised when they're struggling a bit. They're always going to struggle. I would expect them to struggle against, say, a team from the Philippines, team from Indonesia. Team from Malaysia even. But I just think they could have done a bit more in this game. They don't look terribly well organised. I think they could have used their talents a bit more effectively. This gap between the back four and the midfield is an ongoing worry. And the lack of punch up front.
Daniel to go away. Win. Trying to combine with Fiotet. To go away. Dropping it into space for the ever-willing runner, which is Nanda Cho. Tiazor is hanging it up there. Not enough players trying to attack it close enough. Oh, it's a good effort. Goalkeeper's made a real hash out of it, and SHAN United are right back in it. Ted Biowai, the youngster, speculative as it may be, but you don't win the lottery if you don't buy the ticket. He bought the ticket, didn't he?
Well, that's a great strike with his left foot, Ted Biowai. I'd like to see the keeper's work again here. That's fully 30 yards out. Oh, he's got a nice hand on it and then just deflected it in. He's dived too far rather than not far enough. And you have have to put that down as a goalkeeping error, but good strike and makes for an interesting final quarter of an hour.
A lot more uncomfortable than PSM Makasar would like to be. Would have loved to just trotted themselves into the dressing room to prepare themselves for their Liga 1 opener over the weekend, but probably can't right now in the final 12 minutes, because there might be anxious moments here. It's really one of those shots where the goalkeeper didn't even need to dive for that save. He wanted to throw up one for the cameras, and ended up really with an SMH moment. Giancarlo. To go in. A lot more direct now, SHAN United.
86. Thank you for attending.
Here's the goal scorer. Win. He's asking for the ball back from the substitute. Tonton gets it. Pieko. Abubakar back to Pieko. Had to be defended, and it was by Asnawi. Chance for Ferdinand Sinaga to break away. Goalkeeper got off his line quick enough. TRC2.
Yep, did the sweeper keeper role very effectively, and can't you see the spring in the step of the SHAN United players? This fella's brought 20 years of age, you see, knows no fear.
Abubakar, space opening wide for Tiazor.
Very congested and tight in that penalty area. Could do with getting around the back.
It's very well controlled by Bayu to Ferdinand, all the way back to Giancarlo. Bayu's gone down with cramp. Giancarlo not done much better, have yet released the ball to Jakub Sayuri, and finally goes to Asnawi, who's happy to put it out. Take as much time as possible now for Bayu to be treated. One final substitution to be made for PSM Makasar. I believe Rizky Pratama, another one of those flying wingers that are born and bred only in Indonesia, ready to come on for Bayu.
I think they have a production line somewhere, don't they? In Indonesia, they produce these little nippy wingers, rather like the South Koreans have a line that produces big central defenders. That's the last we've seen of him for today.
It's done well enough. A surprise starter in this game for Ferdinand Sinaga. Despite being shot shy, has laid a couple of chances on the plate and combined superbly well with Tara, left fullback. So 8 minutes remaining. What looks like a comfortable sail into the sunset has now become a risky walk for PSM Makasar. Ferdinand. So clever from him.
Substitution for PSM Makasar. Player number 23, Bayu Gata, replaced by player number 24,
very hard to find these days, especially in Indonesian football. Player who's graduated from the youth team, still playing for his side. And Rizky, of course, is a young player, but he has come fresh from the youth team. He's gone right up there. So played behind. TRC2 had to be very sure of it, as it was bouncing right in front of Ferdinand. Looks really up for it and full of appetite since he has come on. Jawa. Fiowin. Jawa has continued his run. Fiowin tried to find him, but Hussein was right there. Tiazo, very clever from him. Exactly what Sayuri was doing behind him. Went right to that space. Let's win that free kick.
I quite like Tiazo's attitude. He's very spiky. He doesn't want to make friends out there. He wants to win a game of football.
So now yet again bombing forward, continuing his run. Jet heeled, asking for the ball back at Giancarlo, though deciding to just bulldoze his way right through. Ferdinand still screaming for it. Asnawi as well. Oh, I tell you what, he had to make sure he won the ball then, Yin-chan. That was a red card situation. And from almost giving away a goal, they have an opportunity now to strike. Jawa. Fiowin! Oh, that was the opportunity, wasn't it? Abu Bakr keeps it in play. Still two inside the penalty box. Abu Bakr, goalkeeper, didn't look too convincing. Jawa couldn't pounce on it. But that certainly was the chance for Pierre Cole to actually deflect it into the back of the net for 2-2.
Well, no wonder Boyan Hodak's furious. That was a great ball played into the area. Really, they should have converted their Shan United and improbably would have got back on level terms. It was a terrific breakout.
Well, the heat coupled with the fact that it is still very much pre-season for PSM Makassar. You can understand why some of the players have gone down with cramp.
And Jakub Sayuri's put in a prodigious shift there.
Well, hands up those of you who saw this coming. If you have your hands up, you're probably a liar, because it's impossible, isn't it? It looks like such an easy walk in the park for PSM Makassar.
Absolutely. 2-0 up and their opponents not really looking like they were going to do anything of note. Suddenly a speculative shot goes in and they've been playing well since then.
Even the centre-backs are killing that ball now with consummate ease. And their touches have been heavy throughout this game. Tiazo wins another free kick for Shan United.
I think that's pretty clearly a foul. No debate on that one.
Tired looking challenge by Jakub Sayuri. He's just gotten up after experiencing cramp. Tagoe finds Jawa. He'll win on the outside. Eko flashing wide that time. It was Fiowai, or rather Fiowin, who had gone hunting.
Not the best layoff there, really. Could have just put it a little bit wider so that he could get his right foot across it without dragging the ball wide. But they're continuing to press, and it's making for a fascinating closing 10 minutes or so of the game. They've got enough time to get another goal.
Ferdinand had to just come all the way back from his centre-forward position to get the ball in time. That pass, which was meant to be speared all the way wide to find Risky. Couldn't find the attacker. Tagoe goes long, very long to Abu Bakr. Just when they had momentum, he gives away an unnecessary free kick.
I'm pretty sympathetic with him on that. Yes, he has got a right hand on the shoulder, but didn't really push his man down. I'm always sympathetic to the forwards.
2 to go. Jakub Sayuri still planting himself forward, trying to defend from the front. Nandacho who has kept going. Doesn't win a free kick. Where does this guy get his lungs from? Asnawi, he's still bombing forward, the right full back. Look at him here, attacking the byline right now. Asnawi, that's almost a perfect pullback. Superb defending by Nien Chan. Nanda Cho. Risky, almost invited to take a shot at goal. Does the right thing, which is all playing up. Jakub Sayuri, still Jakub. Asnawi. They might not hit their stride with the amount of new players. So probably the second half of this campaign, the group stages, might come later to